Assalamu alaikum dear students. I'm Kamar Sumaira from the Department of English, University of Southern Punjab. We were talking about the principles of stylistics from our previous lecture up till now. So this lecture is devoted to the one topic fully, that is deviation and its types, because this one principle is so important that the authors do not write what actually they should write. So if they are not writing what are the expectations in the language to be written, then definitely they are deviating from the norm. They are going away from the norm. What is deviation? Let's explore it. A literary device that involves departing from the expected norms or the conventions of language use. It means the writer would go away from the normal law or the normal rule that we all are following in some language, such as grammatical, semantic or phonological norms to create a particular effect or emphasis. So the writers would definitely going away from any one level, that could be phonological, that could be semantic, that could be lexical or a grammatical one, but these all forms would be having their specific types. For example, if he goes away from a word level, that is known as lexical deviation. If he just omits some one sound from the word, that is phonological deviation. If he just alters the structure of a sentence, that would be known as syntactic deviation. So let's explore all of them one by one with the examples from our literary and non-literary texts. What is lexical deviation? It is the using words in unconventional ways such as neologisms, archaisms or slangs. So it means the use of words which are prohibited or which are not at all existing in a language. Like for example, neologism is a coinage of a new term in some language. Archaism is using of your far away language, or the archaic language means of old English language to be used nowadays would be your archaisms, or slangs. That means the informal language which is not allowed for a formal register. So these kind of variations which when the authors produce in their or write up in their writings, definitely they are going away from the deviation, or they are going away from the norm of using the words which are applied to some particular register. So it means deviation is only possible in a register. It means the definite form of a register, what should it carry? It would go, the author would be going away from that register or not following the norms of that register. In terms of that, we are going to observe what kind of different deviations we have. The literary example of a lexical deviation could be like, for example, when I say using the terms like let or ghosted in everyday conversation, or like for example, when I just create a word which is not applied to some register, as we many times have listened Imran Khan's speech where he uses the words or the lexis of the sports language in the political arena. That is a very good example to all of us as the audience of lexical deviation, that the words are not appropriate for the register of political arena or politics, but he is using it for creating a kind of effect might be, or for providing you the theme that politics could be a game, like he has been a sportsman. The second type of our deviation is syntactic deviation. It is the altering of normal sentence structures for creating some effect. So the literary example could be, down the stairs came Mr. Johns, instead of Mr. John came down the stairs. I would again pronounce like the sentence, when you write up onto the register, you would be able to understand that what I am saying, down the stairs came Mr. Johns. A reverse order of developing your sentence construction. Rather than you are saying Mr. Johns came down the stairs. So this would definitely affect on the reader's mind as well as on the hearer's mind. The non-literary example may carry the advertising slogans like "Got milk," "Got milk," deviate from standard sentence structure for impact. And we do have an example of all these kinds of syntactic deviations at the level of creating headlines of a newspaper as well, slogans production as well. So many companies do not follow what the actual norms are applicable in English or might be now in our culture, Urdu context. They alter the definitely effect of the words, or they create the effect of the using words in a sentence through syntactic deviation. Semantic deviation is another type of our deviation where the meanings are altered. And is that possible? Yes, because semantics is the field where the denotative aspect of the meaning is being studied. So it means using words or phrases in non-standard meanings such as irony, metaphor, or paradox. If you, imagine all the figurative language or the types of figurative language or the uses of literary devices, they all are important for the reason that they are creating another effect in the text rather than they are the same as we perceive them. So using irony is just saying something else. Metaphor, you are giving the quality of or comparing one person with the other one without any kind of a word to join the similarities between the two. And same is the case with the personification, like you are giving the quality of a human object to a non-human object. So it means all the figurative language is actually the semantic deviation from the actual words which they apply in our language, which is English. The literary example of using all these figurative language may carry, it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. The two sentences which are contradictory in the form of a paradox cannot or should not come together. But we have Charles Dickens, A Tale of Two Cities, very good example of it to be used, and the start of his novel, A Tale of Two Cities. The non-literary example, saying what a beautiful day on a rainy day, we have already done it, that saying something else while saying someone who is coming late to the classroom, I should, being a teacher, say, you are well in time. Definitely that would be an ironical sentence and would meant differently rather than what exactly or explicitly I am saying to my communicator. The graphological deviation, well, it is an unconventional use of punctuation, capitalization, or the spelling. So it means it works out with the graphics or your writing mechanics. While using the graphological deviation, it normally happens in the poetry. It also happens in many of the texts which are non-literary in their form, hardly in our literary examples, but still it is employed or it is applied to the text for creating some kind of effect, or to give the interpretation level, to leave the interpretation level on the reader's end, that how should he or she is understanding that text. So the literary example could be the Cummings poetry often lacks capitalization and uses unconventional punctuation. We all know that the each poetry line should be started from the capitalization. So if it is not following, definitely that is what the poet is going to deviate the norm which is applied in poetic register. Non-literary example may carry the societal media posts using lowercase letters for emphasis or style, and I have a number of examples out of them where for creating some effect at graphological level, we do not have a same format for the post. We do not have the correct format for I should not say correct, it means the definite pattern for textual messaging. We all are different from one another while texting to one another. So it does mean our text messages would be a very quite deviated form of the written English form, whatever is the formal register. So making it informal depends on the features as you are applying on deviation level or at deviation level, rather than you are following the all norms. The non-literary examples of your social media are the best examples at the graphological deviation. Another one is the phonological deviation. That is the deviation in the sound patterns of the language, such as using alliteration, assonance, or rhyme. So the silken road, sad, or serpent slithers through the grass, it does mean the use of sa sound as a savage sibilance or creating something good. Yes, it creates some smoothness of something. The silken, sad, or serpent slithers through the grass, that is the use of sa sound in a repetitive way. And this is all created, Fast and Furious, another example, and these all are used, alliterations or the assonances have been used for the by the producers or by the writers to create some effect, so that the readers or the listeners must remember what they have listened or what they have read. So memorability is always there whenever it is developed in the text. Non-literary example may carry the advertisements that uses rhymes or developing their slogans to make them memorable. The importance of deviation is you may nominate the creativity of the writer that allows the writers to express ideas in a unique and creative way. It emphasizes and draws attention to specific words or the phrases or themes. It engages the text with the culture wherever it is applied, that can make language more engaging and more memorable. I already said that through alliteration, it is easily done by memorizing any one term. Characterization in literature, deviation can reveal character traits or background. So, examples in literature would be many if you just imagine that different level of themes are created through the text by applying all these techniques. And we have a very simple example and a very common example of your modern poetry from T.S. Eliot's And the Wasteland, where the fragmentation, yes, the Eliot's use of fragmented structures and allusions deviates from the traditional poetic forms. Although you learn that he was a man of manners in himself, as far as his religious practices or all the other contributions are there in the field of poetry. The effect of all his deviated form reflects the disillusionment and the fragmentation of the society after World War I. So, it's all about that how the author connects himself with the time and with the choices of the words he is developing for the description. For non-literary text, we have the very good example of advertising, and for advertisements we have definitely the slogans to memorize. Just do it from a Nike that deviates from the standard language to create a memorable and impactful message that affects and encourages the brand recognition and motivates the consumers. On social media, using hashtags like throwback, Thursday deviates from standard language to categorize and engage with content. That's your graphological deviation. So, it increases the visibility and participation in social media trends. Song lyrics, metaphorical language. Songs often use metaphors and similes to convey emotions and the uses. So, you are the sunshine of my day. If I am using this metaphorical language to express love or happiness, definitely analyze the given one sentence that you are a sunshine of my day would develop one sense of semantic deviation in itself first. So, understanding the context, you would be able to understand what actually I do mean by all these deviations to be developed in some text and what actually the writers are conveying to us. They are not only conveying their efficiency, their connectedness with the text and the context, but also they want to imply that the readers must understand in which era or with which language they are working on. This is all about our today's lecture on the principles of stylistics in regards to the deviation of the norms we develop in our lecture. This is very much important because if you identify what are the deviated forms, it develops your stylistic analysis more beautiful. Let me tell you, before finding the deviations, you must know the norms. That's all about our today's lecture. Stay blessed. Have a nice day.